Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, man. I just want to speak to the situation that's going on right now in the world, and outside the world, if other humans leave over there, I just want to talk about gender wars, and how it's been affecting our communities, and it's been affecting everybody across the world, man, and how it can be really detrimental to you, and it can be really detrimental to other people around you, and you have to learn to catch it real fast, and you also have to always, catch yourself, and without, catch yourself if you feel like you participating in bullshit like that, to be honest with you guys. And the reason I got this light on, man, because it's getting darker a little bit outside, and I'm driving right now, and there's too much traffic, so I decided to make a video, but one thing you gotta understand is, not to get off topic, is whenever there is a difference in appearance, there's always gonna be a war, there's always gonna be, because of the difference in appearance, there's going to be a difference in actions and a difference in expectations, and that will make a war. Just like tall and short people will always feel like they got something, they got problem with each other. What the fuck is you two so tall, and what the fuck is he so short? It just going to be like shit like that, and just like how race, there is a problem with race, black and white, that's the same thing it's gonna be, there's always gonna be problem with some people gonna always feel like, why the fuck did you black, and who give you the authority to speak to me, you black motherfucker, you black monkey, a lot of people might feel like that, and or some people might feel like, what the fuck you speaking to me, you white motherfucker, you white trash, whatever, whatever you want to call them, and some people will be like, you nigga, this and that, but and some people will call the Mexican people tacos, whatever, I'm going in this to show you that whenever there's a difference, there's always going to be some type of war, or some type of strife, on anything in this life. The rich people will always try to fight the poor people, so let me not go too much into telling a bunch of stories. I want to just go into the gender wars. I feel like to give you a little bit of history, gender wars has been around, for like years, man, like millions, probably billions of years, you never know, and that is because of the difference that I said, and but it's never been to this point right now, to where men feel like they can't be in the same room as women, and sometimes women feel like they can't be in the same room as women. I mean, as men, and sometimes some females feel like they can't even be with men anymore, even sexually, and some men feel like they can't even be with females anymore, even sexually, not just that, it just got to a point where it's like it's bad, man, it's real bad. People would hate their own mother because they are females, and people would hate their own fathers because they are males, And yes, we have our differences, man, and our differences sometimes make us who we are, man, males, we might not give a fuck about a lot of shit that females give a fuck about, and that's just who we are, though, and sometimes females may not give a fuck about a lot of shit that males give a fuck about, but that's just who they are, and there's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with them being themselves, and us being ourselves, So with that being said, man, there's so many movements, man, of masculinity, feminism, so many movements trying to empower men, so many movements trying to empower women. There are actually people out here teaching men to be mean to women, and there are actually people out here teaching women to be mean to men, you know, and that's supposed to, at least I guess that's supposed to make them love them, you know. So it doesn't really let me try to switch the light off for a minute. No, that's not right. So it doesn't really like help anything, you know. It just really brings more strifes to the situation, you know. And one thing you gotta understand is that if you love your woman, you gotta get away from those type of spheres, you know, because, you know, like, you can hang with your boys, but don't hate your woman, you know, because your boys cannot be your woman, you know. So don't do that, you know. And if you are a female, you can hang with your girls, but don't hate your man, you know, because your girls can't sleep with you. They can't make babies with you, you know. That's the first point I want to say first, you know. Let's talk about babies. You know, we cannot procreate. We are not fish. Okay, there are fishes that are. There's a term called hetero, whatever that term is, but it Hermorphius, whatever. But that term is like, it means that the fish can actually be a male or a female, or some of it can reproduce by themselves, you know. So to be honest, I don't feel like humans are like that, you know. So as humans, we've always needed the opposite sex, you know. No matter where you go, no matter what you try to hide, what you try to do, you gonna need that woman to have that baby, and you gonna need that man to have that baby, unless you're trying to get a sperm donor to somebody you don't even know their character or anything like that. So that's your problem, you know. Or unless you're trying to get an egg donor and have a baby with somebody you don't even know, whatever, you know, and that's on you, you know. But also the second point is, you need a female in your life to nurture the baby, you know. And you need a male in your life to discipline the child, you know. Because if a child doesn't have a male figure, they might not be disciplined as much as a child that had a male figure. Because there's something about male figures that when they speak, children listen, you know. So make sure that you understand that, make sure that you understand that life is not about only what you want. Sometimes is also about what's needed, you know. Or it's not always about what you are comfortable with. No, but sometimes it's about what you needed, you know. So your child needs both mom and dad. You need a female, and the female need a male to reproduce, you know. Not just that, the loyalest motherfucker on your team is gonna be your woman, you know. And for the girls, the loyalest motherfucker on their team is gonna be their man, you know, because them people really care about them. Once you have a baby with somebody, once you leave with somebody, once you care for somebody like that romantically, you feel like if something happened to them, something happened to you, you know, because y'all connected like that, you know. So if you feel like, man, your girl's gonna have your back always, no. Or your boy's gonna have your back always, no. You know, they gonna have your back sometime, man. But like your woman, man, she gonna have your back, man. And your man, he gonna have your back, you know. So make sure you forget about that shit, man. You know, yeah, I'm not saying that there's never like people that's trifling out here, using people, this and that. No, you know. And for them people that haven't gotten somebody they love, man, I just want to say one thing, man. You go on the internet and you hear all these advices. Don't date no broke man. Don't you know, love a man. Just play him and treat him like shit. Then they gonna love you. That's bullshit. A real motherfucker gonna see through all that shit and they gonna leave your ass, you know. And a real girl too gonna see through all that red pill bullshit. Don't treat her good. Treat her bad. You know, like that's when she gonna love you. She gonna see through that shit and it's gonna be a wrap, you know. So, you know, this is the end of this video for the TikTok people, you know. But I'm gonna continue for YouTube, you know, because on YouTube I can post more, you know. So another thing I want to say is, you cannot expect, you know, to be so happy in this life, man, by yourself, you know. And I'm not saying like the people that have like like same-sex relationship, they can't be happy, whatever, you know, that's their own shit, you know. I'm not here to talk about that right now. I'm just here to talk about, like, partnership, you know. Like, partnership is very important, man. You know, like, you know, whether it's at work, whether it's anywhere, you know, men and women, they can work as much good as anybody. So, like, let's not even look at it in, like, a relationship side. Let's look at it at work side. You need at least a few females on your team. You know, they can help bring out some other females to support your brand. You know, you need at least a few males on your team. They can help bring out some other males to support your brand if you're a female, you know. And they can give you some ideas on how to reach the male side that you didn't know, you know. And some females can give you ideas on how to reach the female side that you didn't know, you know. So that one thing being said. And another thing is, if you are dating or married to a female, or if you are dating and married to a male, you know, they will always give you, like, insight into their world, you know, to be able to deal with other, you know, like, other males out here, you know, at work, at school, anywhere else that you at, you know, just in general, you know. And the females too will always give you insight on how to deal with other females. Like, my girl can always know when a female throwing shade, whatever, you know, at me or anybody, you know. So, like, she knows the female mindset, you know. She's a female, you know. So I don't feel like I should be living my life alone, man, because of, like, some stupid movement, you know, like masculinism or feminism, you know. And that shit is really not helping nobody at all in this life, man. It's really not. Like, they really are preying on the weak, you know, like it's like a lion seeing a bunch of gazelles and trying to get it, you know. They're preying on the weak, and if you weak-minded, they're gonna prey on you, you know. And that's how they're gonna prey on you, man, by lying to you and telling you that, oh, you know, like you need to be more masculine, like be super masculine to it. You know, you don't even talk to female. Don't even say hi to a female. Don't even, you know, a female call you, hang up. You know, don't even talk to her. You know, like you once you're done doing her whatever, you tell her, get the fuck away. You know, bye. You know, like, just, you know, like, oh, you can have a baby and just leave it. You know, only females can raise the baby. Like, unless you want your baby to grow up and just be a fucking thug that don't have nothing going for themselves like I was, bro, then fuck that. You know, you need to be there and fucking raise your baby, you know. And you need to be there and actually protect your baby, like, from a lot of shit in this life, so they don't have to grow up, like, in a fucking warrior mindset all the time, feeling like they gotta fight and they gotta fight through everything, you know. So, like, not just that, man, you know, like, for the females, man, you need to actually be there for your sons and daughters, you know. Your daughters need y'all, for real. Show them how to be mothers, you know. And your sons, they need you for nurturing, you know, like, they need you for that emotional maturity that y'all females bring to the table, you know. So, like, if your son is there depending on you for that emotional maturity that you bring to the table, that the male probably won't bring us enough of that, you know. So that is very important, man, you know. So the male too, your sons, they need that discipline, man. They need that, you know, like, you know, like masculine discipline to be able to go and finish tasks that they embark on, you know. So don't feel like, you know, you gotta be this mean motherfucker in this world, man, so you can be on the male side or the female side, you know. We need to keep our race, our not just our race, we need to keep the human race going, you know, because there's only one race, the human race. And if we don't keep the human race going, then we're gonna be extinct. You know, somebody had told me in my neighborhood that we was on the verge of being extinct, you know. And part of that is our mindset, you know. Our mindset is part of the verge of being extinct, you know. So don't just, you know, don't sit there, man, disrespect your woman. And women, don't sit there and disrespect your man, you know, because you know, you gotta know something. A man needs respect. So does a woman. So does a child, man, you know. So, like, if you don't just sit there and ruin your relationship by yourself and then complain that everybody is bad, all females are bad, all males are bad. All males are dogs, all females are, whatever, this and that, So don't do that, Don't follow this internet culture, man. A lot of these people, they get paid to start up controversies. They get paid to stir up shit, and a lot of females, man, you gotta understand something, man. Don't try to be like what you're not. Females' nature is to be, under one man, and I'm not finna, speak too much on this because this is a whole different other topic, but I feel like female nature is to be with one man, and don't be out here just going and sleeping with a bunch of males and feeling like, you finna get somebody to wife you up in the end once you gonna ruin all your goods, because the male's good can't really be ruined that much like a female's good can, so like I'm just saying, and another thing is male too, don't be out here just, having, a bunch of babies by different baby mamas and shit. Your babies won't even know each other, So that's another thing. They won't even know each other. They probably won't even like each other, because you didn't have them by one mother. You didn't have to, and if you Muslim and you're gonna have different women, that's your religion, and I'm not gonna speak on your religion, but it also says in Quran, make sure you take care of all the females that you're having babies with and their kids, and some other females that are widows and they don't have like help around you, make sure you take care of them. That's what the Quran say. I've read it, So another thing is, this is actually the last thing I wanna speak, man. I really just want to be more like peace between males and females, man. I really want it to not be so much strife, so much war, man, between males and females. The hip-hop music, the hip-hop scene, man, it's like all about demonizing women and demonizing men. The females are demonizing men, the males are demonizing women, and only few songs actually talk about real connection with real people, So forgive me for being such an optimistic guy, but I have to be, man. I'm just saying I have to see the bright future in everything, and I want my son to grow up in a world where he doesn't feel like, he can hate his sister for just being a female, or he doesn't feel like he can, and my daughter don't feel like she can hate her brother for being the male or hate me for being the male, So, so subscribe to the channel, man. Tell me what you think, man. Tell me how do you see this topic? Tell me what I should have talked about too more, Send me a topic that you want me to talk about, dive deep into, man, and for that being said, man, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching this, man. Peace, blessings to y'all, man.